Welcome back. Well, the images we're seeing out of Gaza are heartbreaking. Children starving and malnourished as their families try in vain to receive aid simply to stay alive. Amid that worsening hunger crisis, Israel has announced it will pause fighting in parts of Gaza to allow that desperately needed aid into the devastating enclave. Joining us to discuss today's headlines is National Senator M.Canavan and former Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk. Good to see you both this morning. Anastasia, I'll start with you. So this comes after at least 127 people have died of starvation.
Oh, this is just horrific, Sarah. My grandparents experienced starvation in Poland in, 1947. This is 2025. This should not be happening. Heartbreaking images, children starving, families in despair. The aid has to go in. They have to start talking seriously about a solution here because these images are unacceptable in 2025. Around the world, people are crying out for something to be done, and every country has got to step up now and really be bold in what they have to say about what is happening in Gaza.
Yeah, no matter how you see it, it shouldn't be the children who are suffering here. Matt, we saw a strongly worded statement from the PM. Many say it's just words, though. Do you see it as just lip service?
Well, look, I agree with Anastasia. These images have been absolutely horrific. And look, there's obviously not too much the Australian Prime Minister can do in this situation, so I'm not going to be overly critical of the PM. But it is important for the world to call this out. It sounds like a good development that Israel will be allowing more food aid in there. Let's not forget that Hamas still hold probably 20 hostages, alive hostages, another 30 are suspected to have died. It's a shocking situation for all there in the Middle East, but definitely Israel has invaded this area, and there's a responsibility for a civilised nation to make sure the people of this area have food.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's a basic right, isn't it? Anastasia, just quickly, the PM has stopped short of recognising Palestinian statehood, as France will do, saying it's not viable while Hamas is in power. Bob Carr, though, says that opposes the near unanimous opinion of Labor rank and file and voter base. Is Bob right?
Oh, look, I'm going to let this leave this with Anthony Albanese to work out. It is a very delicate situation. But what we do know is not allowing food into Gaza is a breach of international law. These are his strongest words yet. And look, let's see what the reaction is with the rest of the world. But there needs to be a solution to what is happening over there in Gaza.
All right, well, back home now, and One Nation leader Pauline Hanson will today move an urgent motion in the Senate calling for the Albanese government to dump its net zero policies. Matt, this is one of your pet policies as well. Is Pauline's motion even necessary given Barnaby Joyce is introducing his bill into the House today?
Well, Sarah, we're here to make laws, not make statements or do stunts. A motion in the Senate today is nothing but a stunt. It's not going to do anything. If Barnaby's law were to be passed, that makes a real difference because since we've adopted net zero, electricity prices are up 31%, gas prices are up 40%. We've lost three major industries in nickel, in plastics and urea, which is our most important fertiliser. This is not working. Net zero is just not working for the Australian people, and we're meant to be here to deliver results for the Australian people. So I support Barnaby's bill. I can't do that from the Senate, but I plan to introduce something similar in the next few weeks. When he first told me about that he was doing this, my immediate reaction was, why didn't I think of that first? So good on him, and I hope he's successful today.
Have the Liberals changed their tune, though, Matt? This is the other problem you're going to face.
Well, look, I think we should have the debate. I hope the.
But you've had the debate, and they don't.
No, we haven't. We've never had a debate in the Joint Party room about net zero. It was imposed on us by Scott Morrison. It's been a massive mistake, and maybe we should have had that debate because there's one thing I've learnt after 10 years in Canberra: the most dangerous thing in this place is a debate. Let's have a debate on behalf of the Australian people about whether this is actually working.
Anastasia, I can see you shaking your head there.
Sarah, oh my goodness, this is the Nationals and One Nation concerned about themselves. At least you see the Prime Minister talking about real things that matter to people. Cost of living relief, reducing the HECS debt. I mean, reducing pharmaceuticals. This is what the public want to hear. They don't want to hear fighting amongst the Nats and One Nation over something the public doesn't support.
It does feel like a bit of an internal fight, but let's see how that one plays out. Just finally, Donald Trump and the EU have reached a trade deal this morning. The US imposing 15% tariffs on all European exports. Anastasia, do we even bother negotiating given our tariffs are only at 10%?
Oh, look, I think this is heartening for the Labor government because, of course, our tariffs will be coming up next for negotiations. So I think it's good to see what's happening with the EU, and hopefully we'll see a good outcome for Australia when the Prime Minister gets that meeting with Donald Trump.
Oh, it's unlikely we're going to get any change, though, before August 1. Hey, Matt, that's when the deadline for tariffs actually coming into effect plays out. But do Australians even care, do you reckon? I mean, we're talking about maybe Donald Trump building a golf course here in Australia. That might be the best way for him to, you know, have a chat with Albo, but that's not going to happen. In the end, does it matter?
Well, look, I think our relationship with the United States matters. I mean, you're right to say that the tariffs that have been imposed on Australia right now aren't all that material. In fact, some of our industries have been benefited because we're lower tariffs than other countries. But our military relationship, our strategic relationship is really important. And I don't think the Prime Minister was engaged enough on that. There have been a lot of olive branches offered by the Americans to help us build our military capacity up, our industrial capacity up. And the Prime Minister's been quite insulting to them. And I don't think that's right, given the security risks our country face.
That's not true, Matt. That's not true.
It is. He told Pete Hegseth that I don't respond to every idea.
Right.
Pete Hegseth suggested that we build guided weapon systems in this country, and the Prime Minister said, I don't respond to every idea. That is an insult.
I feel like we're going to be talking about this for some time, at least until the two leaders meet, guys. We've run out of time this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate it.
That's right. A genius idea, Sarah. Trumpy should take over the Yorkeys Knob Country Club.
Build a golf course.
That's it.
He loves to play golf.
You should be in politics, sister. Senator Sarah Arvo.
Oh, no
The Today
way.
Show team is standing by with your news headlines.